election headquarters. It is election day.
Yes.
We've got some important information for voters. Now joined by Orleans Parish Chief Elections Officer Darren Lombard live here in the studio. Thanks so much for coming down. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Now, the day is finally here. To get an election with this much attention on it, you were saying that it certainly helps not only the big presidential election that's making all the news, but all of these other issues on the ballot.
Yes, there's several other initiatives and amendments that are on the ballot, candidates involved, and it helps that process as well.
Because sometimes these things either win or fail with a very small percentage of the voters.
Yeah, there's times when we have 10% show up. And,
wow.
And that's not, to me, what the framers had in mind when they developed the process.
Yeah, and if you're talking about something that is going to affect the city charter, like the housing initiative or the
Absolutely.
Bill of Rights, these are pretty important deals. How many polling places across Orleans?
We have 118.
Polling spots.
Polling location, yes.
And machines, how many?
Machines, 756.
Yeah, that's a big number.
That's a lot.
That is a big number. So when you're talking about this, and we've been getting emails from the lovely Denai Columbus with your office of always having to keep us up to date. This is a process that didn't start yesterday. This has been going on for a while.
Oh yeah, it takes months, and it involves several entities, including the City Council, the Sheriff's Office, the Voter Registrar's Office, also the Secretary of State. So we're all partners in this, and it takes a lot of input from other agencies to put it on.
Now, Clerk Lombard, one of the things that we've heard an awful lot about across the country in the past couple of years has been election interference and having elections, or either folks not believing the results of elections. Talk to us about how we prevent that here in Louisiana. Certainly you mentioned the Secretary of State's office being a part of this deal. How do we continue to keep a voter confidence that the elections here are safe?
Well, the first thing with my office is I believe in transparency. If anyone has any questions, they usually call us or complain to us. and at that point, we invite them in to have a conversation about it. And if they want to, they can take the journey with us. I mean, if you want to come in and watch the machines being sealed, we allow that. If you want to come in and watch us count the vote, we allow that. So I believe that transparency is the main part of it. Of course, we have security with us at all times during this process, so the Sheriff's Office. As a matter of fact, today we have 18 officers that are on duty working with us. They're involved in the process of transporting machines to and from the locations, making sure that they're secure. We also have the Secretary of State's office that works with us if we have any issues before, during, or after an election.
Wow.
They have a compliance division that is very serious, and whenever we call them, which we rarely do, they respond immediately.
The final question, which is the big question everyone wants to know, is when will we know what the results are here in Orleans Parish?
So Orleans Parish is the largest parish in the state when it comes to precincts. So we usually get our results wrapped up around 10:30. We like to have them faster, but again, we have the most precincts, and we're usually in the last 3 of the reporting parishes in the state. But it's only because we're so big.
Got it.
So yeah, we should be wrapped up with it by 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if we know by then we'll know not only who we voted for in the big elections, who we voted for in the U.S. House of Representatives, but also the amendments locally. All right, Chief Elections Officer Darren Lombard, thank you so much for being here.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
All right.